When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. Life is too short for long-term grudges. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. If something's important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. If you're trying to create a company, it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients in the right proportion. If you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. Otherwise, it's not. I would like to die on Mars. Just not on impact. People work better when they know what the goal is and why. It is important that people look forward to coming to work in the morning and enjoy working. I think it matters whether someone has a good heart. People should pursue what they're passionate about. That will make them happier than pretty much anything else. It's okay to have your eggs in one basket as long as you control what happens to that basket. I think you should always bear in mind that entropy is not on your side. Great companies are built on great products. I always invest my own money in the companies that I create. I don't believe in the whole thing of just using other people's money. I don't think that's right. I'm not going to ask other people to invest in something if I'm not prepared to do so myself. I think there should be regulations on social media to the degree that it negatively affects the public good. I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. We're running the most dangerous experiment in history right now, which is to see how much carbon dioxide the atmosphere can handle before there is an environmental catastrophe. Rockets are cool. There's no getting around that. Any product that needs a manual to work is broken. I will never be happy without having someone. Going to sleep alone kills me. It's very important to like the people you work with. Otherwise, your job is going to be quite miserable. Brand is just a perception, and perception will match reality over time. Sometimes it will be ahead, other times it will be behind. But brand is simply a collective impression some have about a product. Really, the only thing that makes sense is to strive for greater collective enlightenment. When I was in college, I wanted to be involved in things that would change the world. I think life on Earth must be about more than just solving problems. It's got to be something inspiring, even if it is vicarious. Starting a business is not for everyone. Starting a business, I'd say, number one is have a high pain threshold. I don't create companies for the sake of creating companies, but to get things done. The value of beauty and inspiration is very much underrated, no question. But I want to be clear, I'm not trying to be anyone's savior. I'm just trying to think about the future and not be sad. If humanity doesn't land on Mars in my lifetime, I would be very disappointed. To make an embarrassing admission, I like video games. That's what got me into software engineering when I was a kid. I wanted to make money so I could buy a better computer to play better video games, nothing like saving the world. I think we have a duty to maintain the light of consciousness to make sure it continues into the future. If I'm not in love, if I'm not with a long-term companion, I cannot be happy. The problem is that at a lot of big companies, process becomes a substitute for thinking. You're encouraged to behave like a little gear in a complex machine. Frankly, it allows you to keep people who aren't that smart, who aren't that creative. We're already cyborgs. Your phone and your computer are extensions of you, but the interface is through finger movements or speech, which are very slow. Tesla is here to stay and keep fighting for the electric car revolution. In order to have your voice be heard in Washington, you have to make some little contribution. I say something, and then it usually happens. Maybe not on schedule, but it usually happens. Thanks for watching. Waiting for the next video. Like, comment, and subscribe.